It's Tim Hawley.
And Al X.
And we're coming at you with the KXVS
Morning Show.
The voice of Stockton.
And she's an
Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wake up, wake up, wake up. This is the KXVS Morning Show. I am Al X here with Marcelis and RawNe.
Good morning.
You guys doing good this morning?
I think I'm doing pretty well today. I got my cup of hot water.
Cup of hot water.
Get my system going.
What's the significance of that?
I'm doing well.
It's just to help wake up the system. I felt like my throat was feeling, maybe I had the fans on too much, my throat was feeling, a little, like a little tickle in my throat. But then, I'm kind of curbing the appetite a little bit too right now. So just having some water, but then to kind of wake up my body, wake up my systems, and get it working with some warm water. Water.
They do say a glass of warm water at first thing in the morning is a good thing for your body, for your metabolism to get it going.
Chinese practice as well.
You know why I hear cold water? Who the? I was like, I used to work at Chipotle, and one of my crew members, he was like, yeah, man, every day he'd come in, we'd be at work like about at 8 o'clock. I'd be there at 7, but he'd come in and grab some cold water, and he'd be like, yeah, this wakes me up. So I kind of listened to him, even though I know that warmer water digests quicker than cold water, so I could have just kind of figured that out by myself. But, alt water is good. All water is good.
For the most part.
Yep.
I agree.
So, on that note,
I drink one of those, probably some tea after that. I'm not really a big coffee drinker like most of the nation, I would say. But to each his own. But a couple of things that we are curious about here in the morning is what the weather is going to be like and what the road is going to be like when we get out there and do it. So right now, weather is 68 degrees. It's going to be a high of 98. That's pretty much what we've been dealing with for pretty much the rest of this week. However, tomorrow is when it gets hot. It's going to be a high of 102 with a low of 67. And then Sunday smacks you in the face with 106. Then right back down to 96 on Monday. So
That'd be a lazy Sunday. Stay inside for sure.
I'm thinking a lot of people are going to go to the beach, go to the lake this weekend.
the Bay.
A lot of people like to lay out.
What is it in the Bay, man? What, like 75 when it's 100 over here?
Probably.
That's beautiful.
It is.
For the most part, it's been getting in the 90s out in the Bay sometimes.
As soon as you come over those mountains and come back to the valley, it's like heat, wave.
Yeah, it's true. I used to be a commuter going to the Bay, then coming back. And so when I would start to come home in the warmer months, oh my goodness, literally you can feel from the Bay. So I was out in San Mateo.
Yeah.
So, you got the fog and everything over there where it's kind of close to Daly City and more the South San Francisco area. But it's cool. And then, you're kind of moving through. You get to, like, Castro Valley area, and you got to go through the first set of hills, Castro Valley, And I'm like, okay, it's nice. You're going over the bridge. It's still cool. You kind of come out of the Castro Valley. You're into Dublin and everything. Yeah, it's a little warmer, okay, but it's still, okay. So then you move on through. You get to the Altamont Pass, and then, you pass those. And as soon as you hit down into Mountain House and Tracy, you're just like, man, all that good breeze is just got caught up in the Castro Valley and the Altamont Hills, and you just kind of leave it.
So hot, man.
And so you're just like, okay, well, it's
and
just
still,
a little bit warmer.
It's this hot and just still and just not breezing like the Bay.
No, but it is what it is. That's the valley, little pockets.
Yeah, little pockets of safe coolness. I would imagine. What one thing is great is when you go to your house and you walk through the house and the AC hits you. You guys ever have those moments where the AC is coming out the vent and you just want to
stay right there?
Stay right there. Had a couple of those last night. Just brought it back to my memory. Anyways, on to something more important for everyone else, not just me. It's traffic. Traffic is going good right now. There is some construction around town. On I-5 and 8th Street, there was a traffic collision.
Oops. That's where that one lane, the is now carpool lane. It starts to merge, and then it becomes the 3 lanes again. I think it is the 3 or 4 lanes. But
so yeah, there's a traffic collision there. non-drivable car. So just pay attention when you're going through there. You know, people like to speed through there to get from that lane that's connecting to the commuter lane.
Mm-hmm.
So just pay attention, ease off the gas a little bit, and when you get through there, it looks clear all the way up through Tracy and heading out to the Altamont. There is still some construction over on the southbound 99 off-ramp by Route 26 in Fremont due to bridge work. So to just pay attention to that. But if you've been driving that way, you already know how long you need to get out there and
what
not
the
be late for your
delays
work.
are. Mm-hmm.
Right. Other than that, just there's construction over here by where we are on the Miracle Mile, headed down towards UOP. Just pay attention. Just don't rush. You should be at work by now if you work at 8 o'clock.
But if you're doing the 9 to 5,
yeah, you should be.
If you're doing the 9 to 5, you're waking up with us. I hope you guys are enjoying, getting the little updates that we have on weather and the traffic.
Yeah, and that's the update right now. So give you an update later on the next hour. See if there's any more updates to the traffic. But there you have it. Traffic and weather.
There it goes.
And the local news, we picked up a paper today, of course. Mm-hmm. So for those of you who don't necessarily get the paper and want to get some of the news, I thought as it goes with the traffic, we have an article here in the local section, and it's by Alex Brittler, who is a staff writer at the Record. A lift for public transportation. Bus district signs contract with Uber. So Uber, Lyft, people are taking the bus. They have an alternative to having to wait at that bus stop. They choose not to do it. The bus district has found that they have lost about 15% in revenue this year alone already. Really? So yes, because now they have the Uber and Lyft. So they've seen that other companies have kind of strategically utilized their competition and saying,
can't beat them, join them.
Can't beat them, join them. So they pretty much did just that. They said that it's going to help the customers in the smaller towns like Thornton, Linden, and Lockford, and it's also intended to encourage the residents of larger cities to connect with the bus system. So basically right now it's just it's a type of subsidized program. So it subsidizes some of the Uber trips if it's in conjunction with the San Joaquin Regional Transit District. And so this is an experiment. It's a $50,000 experiment where, their budget, the San Joaquin Regional Transit District already has a budget of $34 million. So this is a $50,000 experiment. They're going to give Uber customers a discount of up to 50% a ride, not to exceed $5. So if you're heading out somewhere, out to Thornton or out in the area and it's maybe a $10 ride, it can be a $5 ride.
Not bad.
You're saving $5, so no more than $5, so up to 50%. Basically, if you live outside the transit district services area within San Joaquin County, you'll receive the discount for any Uber trip you take to any destination within the county. The service area includes mostly urban places like Stockton, Tracy, Manteca, and Lodi, along with portions of the I-5 and Highway 99 corridors. And so if you want to get a map of what that looks like and see if you fall within those areas or if you're falling outside those areas, you can visit sjrtd.com/Uber. And so that's San Joaquin Regional Transit District.com. So sjrtd.com/Uber. And that's a /. So the rides that leave the county include those that are the ones that are heading to Calaveras. And I do know some people that do take the transit in to Stockton for transit. Actually, my kids do that, and my daughters, and it makes me nervous because me going out there just to pick them up is like a half an hour to 45-minute drive one way. And so I can just imagine what that transit must look like, them getting on the bus. But if they didn't have like their grandparents or their father giving them a ride in, or if any of their friends weren't coming, which a lot of their friends just kind of stay out in their area, San Andreas, Valley Springs, Jackson, they're out in those areas. They don't always necessarily come in to Stockton. So, but because I live here and their family's here, my
Yeah.
side of the family, they come in, and so sometimes they'll take the bus. But I have to tell them today that those who are heading to Calaveras County, whose weekday bus services to Stockton, they're soon going to be terminated. They're not even going to have the availability.
Oh.
You know, they're going to be able to ride that bus and come in. So basically, that's what that's looking like. They're going to take a look at it in about, a year's time or so to see how it worked out for them. And all you Uber riders, I think that's going to be a great plan if you guys are taking the Ubers in, besides taking the buses, if that's your route. And those are some of the things that are going on.
Do you guys
as far as transportation?
That's
Uber?
cool.
You guys use Uber?
Yeah,
Lyft?
I do.
I do.
I've never used either.
What?
Yeah.
Well, it's good for if you are visiting and like I travel a lot. So if you're going to like the Bay, Sac, any city that you're not from anywhere in the country, and you have like your little friend's house, hotel, and then you have downtown. Uber, come back home, boom, boom. That was some of the most exciting nights in the Uber, because you're to the point where you're feeling so good. You're not driving,
Right, right.
Yeah.
You need
Every
that
time I'm in
DD.
the Uber, it's that reason. Well, I was out in San Francisco where my brother stays. He just moved into a house out. I think it's West San Francisco, and it's nice. Like, you can see the beach. You could do, like, now I'm escaping
That
to
might
his,
be north. No.
to his I don't believe it's 22nd and
Avenue or street.
22nd Street.
Maybe that might be more.
22nd Street and something. I took the BART when I got from the airport, San Francisco airport. I took the BART up all the way until it hits the light, got off, and took the bus thing that's like.
Oh, like the trolley, or is it the
transit or the
bus that has like
the
electrical?
Yeah.
Things on
Yep,
it.
that's what it was. And then I literally just got off on like 22nd and Trinity, I believe. Just walked like 3 blocks over, and there was this house. It was so like, what is the word? Hippied out. And then it was so nice. Like, I've never been to anybody's house in San Francisco before, so it was just like cool. Everything was close together. We like walked down the street, got something to drink, because this was what was it? The 4th of July. This was my 4th of July. So we got like something to drink, just walking down the bay. The whole environment and vibe was just different. Just so different. I'm meeting people from different countries and stuff.
Yes. I'm starting
Very
to hear
fun.
that a lot more here in Stockton. We have so many languages here in Stockton as well. And that was one of my favorite things I used to have when I would walk through San Francisco, is just hearing the many different languages. And you have all like how we have Little Manila and stuff like that, and Little Chinatown. Well, they got Chinatown, but it's a lot bigger. And they have Japantown. They have, Little Russia. They got Little Italy. They
have Little Russia
Oh, yeah.
in Italy?
I'm talking like they have, because there's so many cultures like around the world that come to settle here too, of course, but they want to find their people, so that they have their local stores that tailor make their like their baked goods, or there's certain type of foods that they prefer, and so there's certain type of foods that they need to buy. So you want to find some baklava, you gotta go find a nice little bakery store that has like that. And not everybody's gonna make it. You're not gonna find it in Japantown. You're definitely not gonna find it in Chinatown. So you're gonna go look for it maybe in like the Little Russia area. Or
So times like those, especially in San Francisco, is where Uber is perfect,
Super
because everything's
helpful.
close together. So your rides are going to be cheap, but out here or somewhere else, probably like let's see, get a ride from like Stockton to Lodi. That's crazy now.
Like in a taxi cab or in an Uber?
If I got a ride from Uber from here to like Ben Holt, it'd be like a $10 ride or 12.
Really?
I
Wow.
hop on the exit. Yeah, probably like 8, 9.
Oh wow.
But what is that, like 3 miles?
If that, yeah.
So 3 miles in San Francisco could get you a lot of places, you know.
Yes, so true. You cover a lot of
cover a lot of
establishments.
ground. So that's why it's so cool to use over there. Out here, if you say I went to, we don't have too many bars. Say I went to Fats or something, and I live on the north side. You know, you really probably gonna want to drive yourself and
like get there real quick. Well,
Yeah.
you know, this program I think is gonna, you know, probably be helpful to a lot of people, and it's also tailoring towards those who are commuters as well. So they're looking at, you know, extending that to the commuters and trying to make it appeal to them who are more inclined to take the bus or the train, because they do have early morning commuter train or buses that take people from here, Stockton. I think like the first ride out is about maybe 4 o'clock in the morning or so, and so they head out to BART, and then they catch the BART.
And how does that work? Is it like on like a city bus, or is it like meet in a parking lot?
It's kind of like
bus?
a commuter, like a charter bus. You know how you would see like a Greyhound
You
type
know
bus,
what?
but it's a RTD.
When I
charter
stayed
bus.
out, I stayed out north on West Point Apartments. The DDs down the street from that, like I would always see in that parking lot a bunch of cars like go park, and then a bus like pick them up. So
there
I
you
was like,
go,
you know
yeah.
what, that could be a good here, because it was always like 3-4 a.m. like when I was coming back from a show or something weird, and I'm trying to get some Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
I'm always like
well,
all
they're
these
just getting ready to
people,
go to work.
all these, or I just noticed that they were in the bus and they parked their cars in that parking lot, and then they got on the bus. I was just like, I wonder if they're, you know, vacationing or taking a trip or what this is. But now that makes sense. It's probably a commuter bus.
So yeah, we have the commuter bus. We also have the Ace train.
I used to take both of those when I worked in Livermore,
Right.
which was beneficial. You get off early. Sometimes the Ace train isn't there. If you can get up the street where I worked, a couple miles, you can get the commuter bus and get home. Good time.
Oh, nice.
And it's one of those good buses. So nice seats. You can lay down. You don't have to sit upright.
You can
It's
lay.
not- yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can kick back.
Oh, yeah.
Because they want
Go
you to
right
be able
back
to
to
be
sleep.
comfortable and rest, and you can rest a little bit more, sleep, get your extra hours of sleep in, because you know you're waking up super early just to even catch transit.
Right.
And I looked into that when I was out in San Mateo, but I wasn't able to be able to do that like feasibly as far as like financially, because of like the cost. It was going to be more taking all the transit, because I would have to get up early, take the commuter bus, and then from the commuter bus go to the BART. From the BART, I would have to go all the way into San Francisco. From San Francisco, I got to catch the Cal train. The Cal train I got to hit to go out.
Too much.
Yeah, so I was just like, you know, if I were to even miss one of those,
Yep.
I'd be like a couple extra hours
Yep.
stuck. I wouldn't get home till midnight. And then
If
the
I were to miss
last
one.
BART, yeah, the last BART didn't, like, I think was till 12 o'clock. And I just thought, oh man, that's a mess for me.
And it's sometimes not even your fault. Like I remember plenty of times riding the Ace train, needing to be at work on time, and trains late.
Yeah.
Somebody trying to cross the train tracks and get hit. Just a train stops working. So I mean, there's been plenty of times where you rely on public transportation, but public transportation isn't reliable.
Well, we would hope.
Hopefully, your bosses, or anybody you're trying to meet is
Pretty
is
cool
okay,
about that.
But,
Yeah.
you know, things are what it is.
Yeah, so if you guys want to check that out, check into Uber, check into RTD. So again, that website, if you want to check your areas and whether you're in or out of those locations that qualify, visit sjrtd.com/Uber.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the spiritual side of things and anything that we didn't catch or miss in this segment. So this is Marcelis, RawNe, and Al X. We'll be back after this.
Yep.
See you soon.
You're listening to the Voice of Stockton on KXVS.